Hare Krishna, welcome back. This is part 7 of my personal story. The GBC and many of those who reject the ongoing Rtvik RAS argue that an ongoing system of initiations is simply bogus, period. That's it. End of story. That is not only the conclusion of their argument, it is the basis, the beginning, middle, and end for many of those who oppose the ongoing Rtvik RAS path. This is their entire and complete argument, period. Again, that argument is that the ongoing Rtvik representative of the Acharya system is bogus. What is their supporting logic or analytical basis? Their own statement that it is bogus is their complete supporting logic. It's bogus because it is. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Or it is bogus because they say it is. And that's all the supporting evidence and their view that is needed to substantiate their claim. It is bogus because they say it is. Basically, they offer no substantive additional proof or evidence for their self-made claim. They use their own statement that it is bogus as the basis for arguing that there is no way that Srila Prabhupada could have instructed us to follow such a path that is bogus. But who claims it's bogus? Well, they do. So they are using their own self-proclaimed and unsubstantiated argument to support their further arguments. It's a never-ending closed circular argument. I found that it's futile to try and convince such people otherwise. They fit the classical description of a fanatic. And I've ran into that argument and mindset many times over the years. On many occasions, I gave many logical reasons. I defeated every counter-argument given. I presented what Srila Prabhupada actually said and didn't say, and after hours and hours, sometimes days and days, or even weeks, or even months of debate and discussion, when it comes right down to it, those who believe this path is bogus don't really care about logic or all the evidence or even what Srila Prabhupada actually said. The only thing that matters to them is that they feel that the idea is bogus. Therefore, they have a sentimental belief or feeling that it's wrong, and sadly, when one's view is based on sentimental feelings and not solid logic and evidence, then no amount of logic and evidence can change their sentimental feelings. And that is the definition of a fanatic. I have stated many times, if someone can defeat my logic and the arguments that I give, not by name-calling or sentimental ranting and raving, but using solid logic that upholds to a careful analytical review, then I'll change my stand on this issue. I've prayed in all sincerity to Srila Prabhupada, begging that he please guide me to make this his presentation and not mine. In that mood, I begged him to please correct any mistaken views I have. And I have tried hard to defeat my own conclusions and arguments. The GBC wouldn't even engage in any sort of discussion with me at all on this topic. So I had to try and defeat my own arguments on my own. I'm still fully willing to change my entire stand on this issue if all of the conclusions I've come to can be proven defective by use of stronger logical analysis and deductive reasoning. If I can be proven wrong in an erudite and intellectual way regarding all of the arguments I give, I will change my mind on stand on this topic. The fact is, both the person who bases their arguments on sentimental feelings and the person who bases their arguments on solid deductive reasoning both stand fast to their conclusions. But the fanatic is the one whose basis is sentiment, and therefore no amount of logic and reasoning can persuade them to change. And that is the difference. One whose views are based on logic and reasoning can be changed if the logic can be shown to be defective and imperfect, and a more perfect logic is given. Just because someone will not change their view if their view is based on careful analyzed reasoning and logical deduction doesn't make them a fanatic. That is the opposite of a fanatic. But I've been called a fanatic because I refuse to accept lesser and weaker sentimentally based arguments when my conclusions are based on years of well thought out, logically deduced analysis. Okay, enough with that. So what is the formidable counter argument that I give, which no one has yet even attempted to counter?